Welcome to Attleboro Update. Governor Patrick recently signed an economic development bill that was passed with an overwhelming majority in both the House and the Senate. The bill aims to boost jobs throughout the Commonwealth. The bill includes incentives for businesses in gateway cities such as Attleboro. It also provides extra funds for workforce training in gateway cities. State Representative Paul Heroux stopped by the DoubleACS Studios to share some of the benefits that the jobs bill will have on gateway cities like Attleboro.
Well, the Gateway Cities program originally started with just about around a dozen cities, and it's grown to over 26 cities now, the gateway cities. And the criteria for being a gateway city is that you have to have a population above 35,000 but less than 200,000. Your state, the median household income has to be lower than the state's, the median household income. And educational achievement has to be lower than the state average, and that educational achievement is for people with a four-year degree or higher. So what the Gateway Cities program is looking to do is help raise educational achievement as well as help raise the median household income of communities that have been hit hard, post-industrial era, and Attleboro is one of those communities. So the program is offering a lot of money, through the tax incentives, through programs and grants that would help stimulate our economy, as well as some of the training programs to help our workforce raise their own household incomes. With these in mind, the hope is that Attleboro will eventually not be a gateway city, because what we want to do is raise up their median household income, raise up our educational achievement, and with the end goal of being a community that is not only just thriving, in which Attleboro is in a lot of different ways, but we're also struggling in a couple others, because of the post-industrial era, which Attleboro used to be a very big area for industrial products. Economic bill that was just passed through the House and the Senate and the governor signed into law does have a lot of provisions in it that help out gateway cities. One of the provisions within the gateway cities portion of the bill is that businesses in gateway cities are able to have a $5,000 tax credit per job created, with a max of $1 million. There's a cap on that, but that'll make it a lot easier for businesses in this community and other gateway cities communities to grow their base and grow their businesses. That way they can expand their businesses and create more jobs here. Gateway Cities program also has within it a provision that would allow it so that businesses that switch contractors halfway through and they are given some type of tax credit or tax incentive, at present what they would have to do is reapply for that tax credit or tax incentive. But under the new provision of the law, what they would be able to do is roll over the tax credit to the new contractor, provided that the project stays the same. So that's another really good benefit to the Gateway Cities program that we're passing through the House and the Senate. There's also a lot more money put into the budget for housing development for gateway cities that would help low-income folks, with their housing situations and development for low-income housing. That's really important in gateway cities because it's everybody knows it's a struggling community with a lot of promise, but there is that provision that would allow for additional housing development. A lot of the other provisions of the economic stimulus bill involve spending on training for people within the kind of what's called middle income or middle jobs, and we have the blue collar workers, and we also have the advanced kind of industry, technology sectors. But what this would do is help sort of the middle ground employees, the neither blue collar nor advanced degrees. It would help develop businesses and help develop training for the people that would work in those businesses. And that's something that the bill is also provided money is set aside for to help with the education and training for those folks. Within the bill also, this has happened for the last 9 years in a row, is that there have been a tax holiday in August. That's basically a Saturday and a Sunday where no sales tax is applied to purchases, and that basically is probably a savings of around $20 million for consumers throughout the Commonwealth. And a lot of people take that weekend, which was, I believe it was August 16th and 17th this year, to purchase some of the bigger ticket items that they wanted to purchase, but they were able to avoid having to pay a sales tax. It's like having a little bit of a sale, that or is able to be applied to those purchases. Another provision of the bill talks about the Brownfield Redevelopment Fund, which $10 million, an additional $10 million was allocated towards that. And what that's helping is old industrial sites that might need a lot of money to be fixed up. They might have some type of hazmat materials in them, or just, the surface and face of them need to be spruced up quite a bit. That money, is, I think we're in the neighborhood of around $40 million now, where we're going to be allocating towards brownfield redevelopment, sites. So that's something that'll help Attleboro, and Attleboro's used a lot of that money in the past, but help other communities throughout the Commonwealth as well. Yeah, this was a bill that had bipartisan support. It was, both in the House and the Senate. It was not a controversial bill. The governor signed it without any incidents or without any line item vetoes that I'm aware of, and this is the sort of thing that everybody gets behind because it's a good use of taxpayer dollars to help stimulate a local economy, and not just in Attleboro, but throughout other communities throughout the Massachusetts.